Hello, and thank you for attending the live again. My name is Faisal Garcia, and I'm a mortgage agent with Dominion Lending Center. Um, with that being said, live best practices. A quiet place is ideal for better listening during the live. Headphones are a great idea for easier understanding. Please put your mobile phone in silent mode to avoid interruptions. Best to avoid multitasking for optimal results. Checking emails and such, if you can avoid, would be great. And kindly sit down so it helps you stay present. With that being said, the topic today is do's and don'ts before applying for a bad credit mortgage. Thank you for attending our live, and this will be approximately 10 to 15 minutes of presentation. Please ask questions in the comment section, and I'll answer them at the end of the presentation. This is the slide that gives you everything about us: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. You can call, text, and of course, you can download the mortgage app. It's right there on your screen, and you have both users have options: Apple or Google. FaisalGarcia.com, and you have it right there. Today's topic: do's and don'ts before applying for bad credit mortgage. Applying for a mortgage is already a struggle, and we all know that. Like it's not necessarily complicated, but it's a step-by-step process, and there are many steps. It will be more complicated to use for a mortgage when you have bad credit. It's a fact. Your credit plays a significant role in your daily life. Whenever you want to purchase something or apply for a specific type of loan, you'll be able to apply for a bad credit mortgage. Now, that being said, on the following slides, I will show you the do's and don'ts before you apply for a bad credit mortgage. Do's. Number one is work on your credit score. The first thing you want to do before applying for a mortgage is to check your credit score. Checking is like becoming aware. Once you're aware of where your credit score is, and you can see it on the credit report, you have a starting point. Once you have a starting point, you can do something about it to bring it higher. However, if you don't know where it is, it's like you're trying to walk in the dark space. Paying your bills on time can help. Some of the things that can help is paying your bills on time, stay below your credit limit, limit the number of credit cards, maintain one account that can help generate a higher score, and such. I mean, 2 accounts are ideal, but if you have 5, 6, you're trying to cut it down. I think 1 would be more than enough, as long as the other ones are not closed off. So the second part is make a large down payment. I mean, you might have to go higher than 20% for purchase amount if you have bad credit, and sometimes that's the only option, but not always. That way your lender can put you in a lower risk borrower category just because you have a higher down payment. So that's one. Second point. The third point is finding a bad credit mortgage lender. So not every mortgage lender is comfortable with bad credit score, low credit score. A B lender, private lender are usually better options, but not necessarily. Sometimes some banks also entertain a bad credit mortgage, depending on what happened in the past, where the score is, how improving it is, so on and so forth. There's many aspects, but sometimes B and private is usually the only option. But banks are also an option sometimes. They usually won't check your credit score. So private lender Some private lenders don't check credit score, although the downside is they charge a higher interest rate and fee. Joint or co-sign mortgage. So a joint or co-sign mortgage is having a third party involved. A co-signer with a good credit score can get you a better offer as well. And it doesn't have to be for 5 years. It could be for a few years, couple of years, until your credit is back to normal. The co-signer will be responsible for the monthly payments if you fail to do so. That is one of the downside. Focus on the next renewal. If you increase your credit score within the span of your mortgage term, you'll be able to switch from high risk, higher rate lender to a bank, an A lender, I like to say, on your next renewal. Expand your resources and look for better deals elsewhere. So what I mean by that is knowing your options is key. And if you know your options, it makes that much more easier to work with. Don'ts before applying for a mortgage. And I should maybe just... So don'ts before applying for a mortgage. Number one is increasing your debt. So don't go and borrow more or get on a spending spree or something like that. A bad credit mortgage or not, racking up your debt before applying for a mortgage will not do you any good. Your debt ratio, debt to income ratio will skyrocket, which will affect your qualification for a mortgage. Your debt to income ratio is one thing a mortgage lender will definitely check. You won't get better deals if your debt to income ratio is high. Number two is falling behind on bills. If you're behind on payments, it will hurt your credit score, and that will be seen very clearly by the lender. Number three is maxing out on your credit limit. So let's say if you have a $5,000 credit card and you're using $4,900 or just over $5,000, the mortgage lender will question and ask as to why. The credit utilization ratio compares the revolving debt with the total amount of credit you still have available. So that will give them a good idea. Is it just one credit? Is it all the credit? Number four, closing credit card accounts. So any credit card accounts that you don't use, if you close, you're reducing your level of available credit. Then your debt to credit ratio could skyrocket. So if you're not using a card, don't close it, just leave it open. Switching jobs. Mortgage lenders will check your employment history. You should be in the same job or similar field in the last 2 years for lenders to ensure you have a stable income. So with that being said, the conclusion is, as you can see, your credit is crucial, especially for your mortgage. There's a lot of good deals you can get if you have good credit score. Imagine the thousands of dollars you would save because you have decent credit score. And lastly, if you like this video, live, and if you have any questions, concerns, feel free to connect. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, call or text 416-825-0142. And of course, download the app faisalgarcia.com and play with it. You'll see there are tons of benefits. And if you want to know more about us, there's the website. Thank you very much for attending our live, and I truly appreciate you giving your time. I will end this live now.